So did I actually set out to do 190-ish dances in a year? No. I just started November 8th, 2023 was when I did my first remix on Instagram under Dance Remix Nat. I had another channel that was my business. So I'm a graphic designer and websites and stuff like that. And I was trying to grow a business channel and getting frustrated at how difficult that was. Very, very challenging. And for fun, I just did a couple of dance remixes. I think the first couple were with the Begin Sisters. And just every now and again, I would put one on my business page. And I noticed that it would do really well. But then my other posts, my business posts, weren't working. And then I'd be watching all these, social media gurus who'd be like, you need to have a niche and you're going to confuse the algorithm if you post a variety of stuff. And I was like, well, I don't want to confuse the algorithm on my business page. I need that to be focused on trying to grow my business. So just for fun, I'll start up my dance page. I'll be really, tight on the niche and just dance. And that'll be my little space where I don't have to think about work. I don't have to look at social media as a way to try and make money, as anything other than purely fun and joy. So that's what I started. That's why I started the channel. The other reasons that I started the channel, aside from wanting to dance, the reasons I suppose that I wanted to dance was that I was seeing loved ones, family members getting older and looking at their experience of what old age looks like. And I suppose it was a wake-up call for myself to say, well, what do I want my future to look like when I'm 70, 80, God willing, 90? How physical do I want to be? And the answer is obviously very physical. I mean, who would choose not to be able to, easily walk, go to the toilet by yourself, be able to have a shower, like just those simple things that we take for granted when we're younger, when you get older, become hugely important. So I was seeing, I suppose, a glimpse into what, a future as an older person could look like. And I sort of thought, I want to make sure that now, while I'm in my 40s, when I was starting to feel like things were getting tougher, like I didn't feel like I could bounce back as easily. I felt like I wasn't as strong. My muscles I didn't feel as toned. It felt like, I was gradually just gaining kilos that were becoming harder and harder to get off. So I thought now is the time. Now is the time to start getting into some healthier habits. I've always have exercised, but always with that purpose of wanting to stay, at a healthy weight or lose weight or get toned. There was always that goal. It was never just for joy and for fun. There are periods there, like I used to do a lot of lap swimming and, I got right into it. Like I was swimming 100 laps at a time, but it doesn't last. It's just like it's like a fad thing that I sort of jump on board and like get right into it and then it's gone. I've never done something for a full year and had so much fun in the process and experienced so much joy. So yeah, I decided that dancing was going to be the thing. I'd seen obviously so many amazing dancers on Instagram. Shuffling was big. I think like maybe 18 months to 2 years ago, we started to see loads of shuffle videos, which is super cool. And I tried a couple and I was like, far out, this is hard, this is fast. So I think that just inspired me to want to do it again. Obviously, I think I've mentioned before that I have learned dancing as a kid. So I learned from the age of maybe 3 to about 15. And then I stopped and that was it. Just stopped. And I think that happens to a lot of people around that age. You grow out of the dance school environment, I think. And unless you're going to be professional or go onto a dance college type scenario, there isn't a lot of options for just amateur kind of dancing. You've got studios where you've got sort of semi-professional dancers, young dancers, hot dancers that, it can be a bit intimidating. And then you've got older classes for adults that are beginners and very basic. There isn't really a good in the middle scenario for someone who, is a decent dancer, doesn't want to be professional, just wants to do it for fun. So I decided to do a remix on Instagram. And what I loved about the remix was that I could see myself next to this amazing dancer, and I could see exactly where I was going wrong. And I say going wrong because I suppose when I'm dancing, I want it to look, if I'm learning choreography of someone, I want it to look like the way they're doing it, because they're doing it the way that it should be done, particularly if they're the choreographer. And I want it to look as good as possible. So the remix gave me that opportunity to be able to look video, look at the screen and exactly change what needed to be changed. And there were definitely like some really challenging ones. Like in the beginning, obviously I was out of practice of dancing and it would take me some time. There were definitely some times where I would be almost like crying with frustration because I just couldn't get the timing right. I just couldn't work out the body move. But with practice, and obviously by doing it so much, it's becoming easier and easier, and I'm picking up the choreography really quickly and just having an absolute ball. So that's where it all started. And now it's become like just my daily habit. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm already like, when am I going to do my dancing? Like, what part of the day am I dancing? Because I love the dancing so much, but I love the feeling after the dance. Like that is also part of the whole thing. When I finish, I feel so good. I feel so energized, and that just helps me be, productive the rest of the day. I feel happy. I feel joyful. It's amazing. I can't actually believe that I went so long without dancing. Like, how did I not realize that I should be dancing? And like, I've always danced in my head. Like whenever music comes on, I'm always choreographing dancing in my head, and my toes, like they're always dancing in my shoes. But I just felt like there wasn't the opportunity to dance. Like there weren't the classes, and I didn't feel like I had the experience to choreograph myself. So thank you to Instagram and to remixes. Honestly, it's just changed my life. So I'm excited to be celebrating this milestone of 1 year of dancing. I'm definitely going to keep going. I've had so many beautiful comments from all you amazing people saying, keep dancing. I'm going to keep dancing. Don't you worry. I'm going to keep dancing, and I'm going to keep doing the tutorials because I want you guys to dance with me. So many of you are saying, I used to dance as a kid, I've stopped, or I feel too out of shape now. It's not going to feel good, or they just hasn't occurred to them that they can just dance. Like you don't need a class. You don't have to go to a studio. You can just put the music on and dance at home, and you'll get all those amazing, joyful, happy feelings. Like I had to sort of think to myself, why does it make me feel so good? Like, why does it feel so good to move your body in interesting ways? And I haven't exactly put my finger on why. I feel like I want an answer. I want to know why, but I can't really work it out. I think it's so many things. It's like music just makes you feel amazing. I think it takes you out of your mind. It stops you overthinking. I think so many of us are overthinkers and always, thinking about maybe what's next, or what are we going to do to succeed here, or how do I have to be productive? Whereas dancing is we're just like entirely in the moment. And anyone who's looked into meditation or spirituality or any of that sort of stuff, you would have come across the whole concept of, we're happiest when we're just living in the moment. I shared this great story the other day on Instagram, and it was just this image of this man and this dog, and you're looking at them sitting on a bench from behind, and the man has all these thought bubbles of like work and money and house and all that sort of stuff, and the dog's little speech bubble is just the picture of the two of them sitting there together. The dog is just entirely in the moment, whereas the man is thinking about all the other stuff. I think that's what dancing does. Dancing just puts us right there in the moment, and we're not thinking about anything else. And then obviously that just makes the soul feel amazing. So it's music, it's movement, and our bodies are designed to move. Like in a normal day, like what do? We've got walking, we've got eating, we've got, showering. They're pretty basic movements that our body does during the day. Whereas we can do so much more. There are so many more amazing, beautiful ways that we can use our body aside from this utilitarian kind of eating, washing, cleaning. Like, you know, we're not robots. We are, you know, we are designed to move, and it just feels beautiful to do it. So you have to do it. Please tell me that you're going to do it. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for being here, going on this, I don't want to say journey, that sounds corny, but it does feel like a journey. So going on this journey with me and supporting me and, you know, leaving me such lovely comments and being so supportive, like, it's mind blowing. Like, you know, I don't have, in my day to day, I'm fairly hermity, I guess, you know. I work from home by myself. My partner goes to work. My son goes to school. I've got pets, and I live sort of in a seaside town that's not overly busy most of the year, except in summer where it goes absolutely crazy. So I don't have a big life. My life is quite a small life, but being able to connect with all you guys all around the world, and I'm talking all around the world, is amazing. Like, I feel really lucky. I feel really lucky to, yeah, have this opportunity to connect with all you people. It's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I just want you to dance. Just dance. Simple.